Hey guys, Thrasher here, and we have a brand new update. Let's talk about it right now. Okay, first up, before we jump into the news, it is a brand new PvP season, so make sure you go over to the PvP area and get your rewards, and then let's go to menu and then news. There is a new banner, which we'll cover last. It's not a banner that you use chrono crystals for, so it won't get the regular rating that I give it, but we will talk about it, what it means, whether it's worth it in some situations. You're going to have to pay real money for it, though, if you want it, so we'll cover all that in a minute. Let's go down here to game update announcement and open this up. Details, they updated various events, so we'll talk about those in just a second. Get out of there, and the next thing above that is this bug fix right here, which just states that some missions are being displayed incorrectly, leaving the user unable to collect the rewards. I think that simply means that the mission itself, you get the rewards, you just can't collect them at the moment, so they're gonna fix that. No big deal, nothing major. They didn't really mention what they are. And then we have another challenge rush coming, so let's open this up and talk about this. So the first thing I want to note here is that for all of these challenge rushes, you don't have to bring a specific team, but what you do have to do, or what you should do, is bring these specific tags, because they give you huge bonuses to either damage reduction or damage potential. So while you don't have to bring, say, Android Regeneration or Ginyu Force against this Challenge Rush Goku here, it's a good idea because you probably won't be able to beat it without them. But what's nice about that is if you're in a situation where you have say two really good characters that would work well, but you don't have a third unit that you could really bring for whatever reason, you don't have one that meets the tags, you could bring some other unit that's maybe not amazing, but at least it gives you a third unit, so that way you can continue to switch between characters and keep your vanishing step up. So that's nice. And the main thing here is you just want to look through and see which tags you need to use. One thing I do want to point out here is the Challenge Rush Android. You'll notice that one of the tags is 3 question marks, so that means we're probably getting a new tag before this actually comes out, but that's not absolutely for sure. That's just what makes sense to me. I don't know why else they would do the triple question mark thing. And then the one down at the bottom here, obviously make sure that your Legends Road characters are ready to go, because you are going to need to use them in a Challenge Rush Legends Road, and these are worth chrono crystals, so you're going to want to do them. So let's go ahead and back out of here, and then the next thing up is this guy right here, the new PvP season. Nothing has changed. It's pretty much the exact same as normal. This is the equipment that you get. It's Oh Relax Will You. It's for female warriors. There are a few female warrior equipment items already. This one is okay because it does do strike and blast damage, but the blast damage is subpar. The strike damage is okay. 13% to blast attack, definitely low. 18% to strike attack is okay, although we have seen better. Sometimes it goes 20% or even a little bit higher than that. 18% is still passable and good though. And then blast defense 15%. As I've stated many times, I would much rather that were health. In this case, if we're going to do 15%, I'd rather it was strike defense probably, because that's what you're going to see more often, so it's more usable. It essentially gives you more EHP. And then everything else is the same as normal. You obviously want to get to battle rank 50 and then do, I think it's 20 or 30 matches at battle rank 50. That'll get you all your rewards, get you your chrono crystals. And then the other thing is, obviously, if you come in the top 10,000, I don't know if it says it on here. I don't think it does. If you get top 10,000, you get 1,000 chrono crystals as normal. If you come in first place, you get 1,500. Obviously, only one person can do that. And then the winner also gets this title right here. So let's close out of there and go to the next thing, which is this guy right here. So the Rising Battle for Captain Ginyu. We don't even need to open it. It's been out. I believe today is when they open the final stages for it, so you can actually get to 100 now, completely finish the entire battle tower, and that'll give you all of your chrono crystals for completing it. The next thing we can talk about is this Rush Limited. I don't think there's anything super special that we need to talk about in here, except for the fact that if we scroll down here, it should say they've updated, yeah, right here, they added the Family Kamehameha Memory number 1 to the exchange shop. As I've stated before, I don't even really factor in awakened equipment items, because they're still just such a pain to actually awaken, and once they do awaken, they don't often have very good rolls, so it's really just not even worth your time. So whatever, if you want to do that, you can. It's very possible that it could be better. It's probably not going to be worth your time though. So the Kakarot event is back. The only major thing here is they added the hard mode, and then I believe down here there's 2 new equipment items. I believe it's just 2, yeah. So it's all you, Gohan. 13% to strike defense, a little bit on the low side. 15% to blast defense. Tiny bit on the low side if it's going to be blast defense. I'd prefer it were a little bit higher, like maybe 18%. And again, you're taking up 2 slots to get your strike and blast defense. This is in my opinion, not amazing because it only goes up to 15% strike attack, and that's a 3rd slot, and you have to run 3 Sun family members, which is okay. Lots of people can run Sun family teams, but as we know from rolling equipment items, the 2 to 5%, what's going to happen is it's going to roll 2% 99 out of 100 times, and every now and then you get a 3%, 3.5%. So while it can go up to 15%, it's insanely hard to get it to roll that high when you, for whatever reason, the way that they weight it, when you have these, 1 to 5%, 2 to 5%, when they're really low rolls like that, you can never get anywhere near close to a perfect roll. So that's kind of a hidden nerf to this equipment item right here. So that's just something to factor in. If you want to grab one, you can. I really don't think it's a great equipment item. And then this next one is Let's Scare Them. That's 13% to blast defense, which is low. 18% to blast attack, which is, like I said, good, passable. 20% is great, and then beyond 20% is amazing. 18% is where we want to be. And then 2 to 5% to strike defense for Hybrid Saiyan battle member, for each Hybrid Saiyan battle member. Hybrid Saiyan's not huge at the moment. You could run that team if you wanted to. The other thing is this is strike defense, and like we said a moment ago, there's kind of that hidden nerf of the, if it's a super low roll where the range is from 2 to 5, the chances of you actually getting up near that 5, not very good on that 3rd slot. I don't know why they do it that way. That's just how it works out. So this is another one that's probably not worth it. Plus it's super restrictive. It's Hybrid Saiyan and range type. So if you want to get one of these, I highly recommend you don't grab more than one maximum. So then let's back out of here, and then we're going to go down to Moonlight Fever. There's no real update on that, so we can skip that. And then the choice battle. So this is a new event battle that's shown up. There's 3 different event battles. There is the Silver Bell, Energy Ticket A, and Energy Ticket B. So when you go into the event area, you'll see the option to do these battles. You can only complete one of these per day. They're fairly hard. I wouldn't say super hard, but they're fairly hard. And then if you lose because you're a newer player and you don't have your characters all maxed out, it's fine. You can do this as many times as it takes to beat it. You can only beat one of them once per day though. Now let's talk about these. So there's 3 different options here. No matter what, you're going to get 50 Chrono Crystals, so it's definitely worth doing it each day. And then no matter what, you're going to get 20 skip tickets. Cool. So the only difference between the 3 is one is going to give you 20 Silver Bells, one is going to give you 3 of the 10 energy tickets, and then the other one is going to give you 5, 3, and 2 energy tickets, and either way it's going to be 30 energy. So the real difference, if you're going for energy tickets, which I think is probably the best option here, Silver Bells are cool, but they're kind of losing their power as characters get harder and harder to level to max, 3,000, and they're going to get a class up at some point. The Silver Bells are starting to lose their luster a little bit, and I'm assuming we're going to get something better than Silver Bells in the very near future. I think there was something about Gold Bells. We'll get those at some point. But anyway, let's talk about the 2 energy tickets, because I think those are your best option. The way that I would choose either Energy Ticket A or Energy Ticket B is simply which you have least of. So for me, the 5, 3, and 2, I have almost completely maxed out. Like, I have way more energy tickets than I need on that end. So every time that I'm going in and doing events, I'm making sure to use the 5, 3, and 2 rather than the 10, even though the 10 is easier to fully restore my energy because it's one less click. That's why I use all the 10 so quickly, so I don't very often have very many. So I'm always going to be going for Energy Ticket A to replenish my 10 energy ones. If you're the opposite and you always use the lower ones, then you're going to want to use Energy Ticket B to replenish that. And the idea here is you don't want to get in a situation where, if I back out of here and close this, you don't want to get in a situation where you see those 35 gifts. I literally cannot accept those because it's mostly skip tickets, but there's a few energy tickets in there of one specific type that I just haven't been using enough of, and I need to use more. We'll probably do that today as we have lots of new events showing up. And then we go back into menu, and I believe it's time to talk about the banner. Yes, so the Legends Premium banner. The banner itself is not bad, but you have to actually pay money for it. So let's look at the banner first, and then let's talk about what you have to pay for, what it costs. So this is the Legends Premium with the gold ticket, and then there's also silver tickets. The gold ticket guarantees a sparking unit. The silver ticket just lets you pull. So it's a 7% sparking chance, 93% chance of an extreme because there are no heroes. So it's an extreme guaranteed, which is kind of cool. Let's talk about the guaranteed sparking first. So the big thing here is there's 3 legendary limited or legendary finish units, although the Beerus doesn't have a legendary finish, so we'll just call them Legends Limited. The Goten is still good, the Gohan is still absolutely amazing, and then the Beerus is not worth it. Now, there are multiple other units in here that are good. The Purple Trunks, the Blue Vegeta, both good units. As we scroll down through here, the Yellow Goku is usable if you, for whatever reason, don't have a 3rd quality unit on your Sun Family team, and you just want some type of a strong support for whatever other Sun Family units you're running, although he's definitely not top tier. And and then these bottom 2 units, not really worth it at the moment. So these 2 at the top and then these 2 right here are pretty cool, but the problem is, let's go ahead and back out of here and go to menu and then go to shop. As you can see, these are pretty expensive, so you're going to be spending anywhere, depending on the price that you go for, you're going to be spending anywhere from $16 to $22 per guaranteed sparking ticket, per golden ticket, and then you get some bonus tickets on top of that. It's not a terrible deal, but it's also not the best deal we've ever seen. The only real bonus to it is you're guaranteeing that you're going to get sparking units, and then we're missing a couple of our Legends Limited units, I believe 2 of them in the Super Vegito and the Legendary Finish Goku, who are both amazing units. If they were on this banner, I would say it's probably worth, and they also had good rates, it's probably worth actually grabbing these. In my opinion right now, even if you are someone who spends a little bit of money, it's probably not worth grabbing these. Now, if you're an absolute whale and you spend a ton of money on this game and you want to, for whatever reason, grab these, it probably still wouldn't be worth it because I'm assuming you have all the units that are on the banner and there's no point in throwing money at old units. But if you want to do that, you can. That's really the only situation where I think it's a great idea. But with that being said, let's look at the other part of the banner, the silver tickets, real quick, just so you can get kind of an idea of what's going on there. And we're going to go to Z Power List, and as I said before, 7% chance to pull a sparking, and then 93% chance to pull extreme units because there are no heroes. These are the same units at top pretty much, but then if we scroll down here, we're going to see there's a bunch of garbage extreme units, but there are also some good ones down here. If we keep scrolling, let me just find... I mean, we've already scrolled past 1 or 2 good ones, but I do want to point out that the Whis is in here. I believe the Beerus, nope, the Beerus is not in here. So if I were going to go through here and look, I would say there's, I want to say 3 good extreme units that I saw, and then there's other good extreme units, but they're free, like the Ginyu Force Raccoon, the other Ginyu Force characters, those are free, and then there's lots of old ones. So in my opinion, this one really isn't worth it either. The only like bonus to this is there is a chance of pulling these Legends Limited units, but look how low it is. It's 0.5%, 0.5%, 1/4%. We don't really care about the 1/4% because it's Beerus and he's garbage. But as I was saying, in my opinion, this banner is not worth spending your actual money on if that's something you were thinking about doing, unless you just have so much money that you don't care. But also in that case, you already have all these units, so there's no point then. So that's pretty much it for this banner. That's it for this update. If you guys think I missed anything, throw it down below. If you like the new limited event that came out and is going to guarantee us 50 extra Chrono Crystals every day, let me hear about that too, because that is very nice. And if you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.